All right, we're back. I cannot get enough of this damn Neo Geo. There's some things that I want to check that I might have missed before, and we're gonna just do some quick continuity tests. Did some research last night. I mean, all the research is either saying that I have a broken trace somewhere or something's died. The prognosis is this thing is just pissing me off there, Filchy. It's pissing me off. That's the prognosis. So right now what's going on is the system is constantly resetting and not able to boot, and I can't figure out what chip is not able to get a proper signal to cause it to boot. So got a couple more things I want to probe today, and then if nothing really comes of it, I'm just going to move on to the LT because I really got to get going on that one too. And I at least want to try and get the caps removed today on the LT. So I got a lot of work I got to get done. My head is killing me. All right, so let's get the camera out, the microscope out here. Yeah, you know, oddly enough, like, these boards are so sturdy, but like, one of the biggest problems with them is that they do tend to have a lot of trace rot. So all it takes is losing one connection to the CPU, and the whole thing is dead. It goes into what's called a watchdog state, which means it just constantly resets itself because it doesn't want to damage anything, which is not a bad thing per se, but it's fucking annoying. So let's see here. I am going to see if maybe we can do what we did yesterday and split. Okay, so now this is the C2, right? That's C1. So I'm looking for C2, but maybe C1 connects? I don't know. Neo Geo, Neo C1, Neo Dio. And see, and there's D2 too. I don't think, I might not have these chips on this revision, so that's the other thing too. I found this thread, but this thread is for a different board revision than what I'm working with. So there's EO, there's LSPC2, which is fine. Neo Geo, Neo B1. Yeah, I'm not seeing the C2. It makes me wonder. Let's just do this real quick. We're in continuity mode, so pin 43, so this is 32, 5, 10, 15, 25, 32, 33, it's 35, 40, 40 is right there, 1, 2, there's 43th. 43 goes to pin 1 of C2. So I don't just do a quick drive by there. I mean, so there's saying pin C1 goes to 6812.43, but obviously that's not the case. Is that a ground even? No. Don't tell me I was looking at the wrong chip. Definitely was not. This does not go anywhere on this chip. Okay, so I just don't think I have these on my board. So I don't know if I need to, I guess I don't need to check them because I don't have them. Well, crap. All right, let's go take a look at the work RAM again real quick. I mean, I looked yesterday. I know this is all just...
Hey.
What is that? I mean, I know I did work over here. That's just got to be dried flux. I didn't do any cleaning yesterday, unfortunately, because I was kind of in a rush by the end of it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't see anything. You know, the 3DOs, some of them are still worth some kind of money. They're also a very niche system. Unfortunately, there just wasn't too many pieces of software released for it, so they're kind of like one of those rare obscure systems. It's rare because it was only available for a couple of years, and not much interesting on it though. So I don't blame you for getting rid of it. Plus, we didn't really know back then what's going to be worth what. Alright, so I'm going to go, I guess since I don't have that C2 chip, I mean... We were sure that I got all of these, right? Like... Yeah, because I went over these with the soldering iron by hand. So now those are good. Okay. Yeah, I just don't have. So I guess this must just be in a later revision that just doesn't exist on this board because I am not absolutely. I got Neo C1. It's the closest that I've got. And there's not even a D1, not alone a D2. No, there's a D0. Yeah, I hear you on that, man. I think back to a lot of the stuff that I had as a kid, and it's pretty crazy what I kind of gave up. I had a lot of stuff that's actually kind of pretty rare today. Hell, if I would have just held on to my original Rob the Robot, I would have a nice chunk of change just in that. You just don't know at the time. Nobody knew what was going to happen with that. Shoot, video games were always kind of like considered toys, so. Alright, so this is all, I'm pretty sure, so like, this is pin 3 of the 2 and 3. The BIOS is supposed to come up to, let's move this up to here real quick. That's the Yamaha chip. There we go. So if this is 60, that would make this 55 right here, and I need to go to 54. So this guy's supposed to be here. See, that doesn't map out right. So that's saying like Neo Go 50, which is where's my Neo? My Neo Go is here. So let's let's take a look at that. So it's saying that I might have the wrong capacitor map here, but so 50 is here. Does it have a connection down here? It doesn't. Well, wait, is that supposed to connect? Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Alright, well, so we definitely have continuity between that and that. And then pin 21. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so we've got that. Well, that's interesting. So wait. Okay. No, no voice, but he had like basically it was like a light. He looked like a small little robot, and he had two eyes that were basically like light gun sensors, and then two arms, and you would hit the select button on your controller to turn the screen white, and then hit a button, and then that would control the robot to usually like he would pick up these discs and then drop them on these little actuators that would basically just press buttons on a controller for you. It was the most useless toy ever, but um okay, so that's oh wait, I'm an idiot. This is a 64 pin. So, okay. So let's look at this again. So 64 pin. All right. So we have 35 right there. There's 35. There's 40, 45, and there's 50 right here. So that would make this 55. And then 54 is supposed to go to pin 3 here. And it doesn't. Okay. Maybe? Okay, so what about, so pin 4 is supposed to go to 55. Yeah. For sure. Ooh. I might have a problem here, boys. Look at that. So I don't have a connection from pin 3 of the BIOS to pin 54 of my CPU. Okay. Now we're kind of getting somewhere. I don't know how I missed that yesterday. Okay, so let's just keep going. So we know that, the very first one is missing. So, okay, so pin 5 of the BIOS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is supposed to go to pin 56, which should be one right here. Oh my lord, that might be it. That legitimately might be it. Alright, so we're going to go back again. So pin 3, and then pin Yeah, so there is definitely no connection there. So let's get rid of this real quick. Holy heck. Alright, so pin 3 of the BIOS is going to be 1, 2, and 3. Trying to see if maybe there's like not enough solder there, or look at that. So okay, so there is a trace, but I think it's still good. So 3 is all the way on the bottom here, and that goes, geez, all the way up, all the way to there. So I should have a connection between here and here. I don't. Am I supposed to, though? I'm going to trace this one more time. Man, that could be a very big find for me. It doesn't take much to destroy a trace, but... Alright, so pin 3. Right there. We're definitely in meter mode. Okay, so pin 3's track definitely does. Stays right on the bottom. And then it's the far left track all the way up to there. And I don't have a connection. Right? I should have a connection from here to here, and I don't. Does this mean this guy goes to here? That still doesn't feel right though. Oh, I'm an idiot, aren't I? Okay, I am an idiot. I was just touching the wrong... Okay, so that's good. So where does this go though? So this right down here, I do believe is where I popped up. So he should connect to pin 3 of the BIOS. It does. So that goes to here, which is okay. And that guy goes, which is, we verified that this trace is good, but this one's supposed to go to pin 54. Okay, so that But that just goes there. It just goes to LSPC2. Is it not supposed to connect? So it connects there, but... Okay, so now we've got to take a look. So here, so it's the via closest to... Be this guy. Okay, so I think I'm doing this right. And this guy should connect to pin 3 of the BIOS. And the BIOS is legitimately just disappeared from me. Is that here? Yes. Okay, so we've got continuity there. Okay. So now I've got to float my camera over. There we go. Okay. So this is going to get a little tricky here. But I do believe this guy right here is what I should connect it to. Pin 3? Wait. I screwed up. Dang it. I screwed up, didn't I? Alright, so pin 3 of the BIOS is definitely... No, it's... Pin 3 is this guy right here. And he should be connected to this. So, I am 100% correct. There we go. Now, here comes the fun part. So this right here is still where we need to be. So we're good there. Now, the issue, I'm going to have to probably do this. I can't freaking see with that glare. Now, my issue is I'm going to have to track this. Where does this go? So... Okay, so there's some pins right there, but try just individually trying one of them. Now, what did I say it was? Was it this guy right here? So did you make it? Any here? So this doesn't seem like I traced it right. I was just doing a quick eyeball to see if maybe... Look at that. Okay, so I found it. So, there seemed to be a little bit of, well, not too much solder right there, but that should go all the way back to here. It does. Now, what does that connect to? So that is literally right there. Okay, so there is 4 solder points right here. Now, this guy, I think it's this guy right here that doesn't have too much solder in it. Should be. Pin 3. Okay. All right. So I know that. So we know that that guy goes here. Now we've got to follow him north potentially. Well, that's the Geo connection, so let's just make sure he connects to Geo as well. Okay, so he's good to Geo. Then this one's going to be easier because it's the far left track, which tracks. Okay. Far left track. Now I need a light. The far left track goes to the cartridge slot or somewhere else. Alright, so far left track comes out. So these are all potential. Okay, so it goes to that cartridge slot. Does it come out? Now there is. Okay, so we know that. So the far left. So we know that what it connects to. So it connects to this guy, which is going to be. I'm going to flip the board over. Does this go all the way to the BIOS? It does. It makes me wonder, is it supposed to go to CPU too? I think it does, but I could be wrong. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 18 pins from the left. Alright, so this is basically the cartridge slot connector here. So 18 pins from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. Pretty much right where I thought, but I guess it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, it's right there. Well, unfortunately, unless that continues on somewhere north of that. I don't know where it goes from there. Okay, so does it connect? So no. So these two shouldn't be connected, right? So it doesn't go directly down, does it? Nothing there, but we're still on the right one, right? Okay. So that's kind of where I'm confused, though. I mean, I'm wondering if it does. See, no, it would be. All right, so this is connect. It doesn't, but it makes me wonder, is there a broken connection here? Because it's saying I should have a connection from pin 3 of the 6800 or 68, sorry, pin 3 of the BIOS to pin 54 of the 68K. And I just don't have that. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So where does this go to? Okay, so this is what we've got to check out now. Basically, so like I'm seeing like slightly worn solder joints. Like that via looks a little weird, but not bad. So that would be no connections here. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, that would make sense. Actually, I was... Okay, so it goes down further, maybe? Oh, is it directly to work RAM? So... Okay, we're on that. Yeah, so this goes directly to the work RAM. God dang it. Well, I guess I am going to have to clean this now, but... Okay, well then why is it supposed to go... How is it supposed to get... it's the top work RAM too. Okay, let's try. All right, so that's a little bit better. Turn that off. So that's the fresh RAM that I put in there yesterday, but I was saying though, no. Alright, so gotta come up to here. This is 55, so that's, once again, that's 54. And then the top work RAM is probably going to be this guy right here. Oh. Alright, so that's connected. Does that travel through to the other side somehow? Like down here? Does not. So it stops there. Okay. Weird. But again, I'm just... It's the closest to the joystick port, but... I guess we're just gonna go and recheck all that. I don't understand this. Because I'm not entirely certain. Okay, so hold on a minute. We gotta just map this right. So it'd be the one farthest away from me. This guy right here. This is gonna be a little tricky, but we'll see if we can't get it. Okay. Let's get you back in some focus here. Alright, so we got a little bit better focus. Now, we have 64, 63, 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54. Alright. Now, 54. Didn't we already do this though? Alright, so 54 comes up there. And there's two. This could go to the top layer. Okay, so wait, no, I gotta look at this again. It was this one, right? It was this one. And this guy was 100% right there. Alright, so that's matching up. So where is this? Where is this? Okay, so it is. There's a layer. So right there. Alright. So 54 would be right here. I think it's going to be over this way, right? Alright, so this guy, what does he go? Where the hell does he go? Over here? Down even further? Oh wait, he comes down to here, doesn't he? No? Huh. So, we know that this guy is definitely linked because that's 35, 40, 40, 45, 50, and there's 55 and 54. Oh no, look at that. I'm wrong. He doesn't come up here? Or is it further left? Might be. No, it's not. I was pretty sure it was this guy. Wonder if I just tapped the wrong pin. No, there he is. There he is. Okay, so now we begin the other trace. Is it one of these guys? Okay. F. What's the issue with these damn slot connectors is that? Alright, so now I'm not on the right one anymore. Is it this guy? This guy. Which one were you? Keep getting false positives, maybe? So wait. Now, once again, we don't know where this guy goes. That cartridge slot connector. And this cartridge slot connector assuming go down to any of these guys. No, you're not connected to pin 3, are you? No. Fuck. Man, this is so confusing. Maybe we just go back and just keep testing. I mean, I just don't know where the heck this is supposed to go. Alright. So this guy 100% goes to you. Okay, so now this guy, if I take a look, now this is where I said it was the either the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 over. And 17, okay. 17 there. Should mean that this guy right here rings out. Nope. It's gotta be the 18. Oh wait, no, it doesn't ring out. But that rings out to here, right? And then here rings out to doesn't. What is going on with me today? This shit's so freaking frustrating. Okay. I know for a fact this guy goes to where I need it to go. It's not a ground. It's definitely a signal. That's a ground, son of a bitch. Okay, so this guy right here, though. does go out to 1. But this. See, it doesn't. I'm slipping. My issue, I just don't know where the heck this is going to. Okay, so we know this guy right here. So we've got to figure out. I don't think it's going to be any of these, but we'll try. Okay. And then I don't think it'll be any of these because, yeah, that's all right there. That's just the ground. Now, I did check these, I thought, but we'll check again. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. De nada. Nothing here either. I would imagine it's not going to be any of these. I could just do this real quick. Nothing. Where the heck does this go to? So it's the 4th? So it's the 4th. Yeah, see, that's where this splits off. Alright, so I don't know, maybe that is where the break is occurring. Alright, so I think we're going to go back and we're just going to methodically test everything else. And if everything else brings out, then maybe I just wire a jumper. Just for funsies. That's what we're going to do. Because honestly, at this point, I can't. It's so hard for me to trace this shit. I could spend hours doing it. I might have to spend hours doing it. Or I could just kind of trust the diagram that I'm using. But let's just go ahead and bring everything else out. So we know. So pin 3 does not give us connection to 54. But pin 4 does give us connection to 55. Actually, pin 4, 55. So pin 5 should give us, just keep going over. So pin 5. Pin 6 should be the same thing. Just one more over. Pin 7. Same thing. 3, 6, 7. Pin 8 should be same thing. Switch 1. I'm thinking that might be it, man. And 60 is one more. And then finally 60 is 10 here. 61 is 10. So that all rings true. Okay, so 62 should be 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be this guy right here. 61 and 2. That's gotta be it, man. That's literally gotta be it. That's 62. And then 13 should be 63. I'm guessing 14 should be 64. Yeah. Okay, so 14 is 64. Then 15 loops all the way back around to pin 1. There's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, and 15. Alright, you know what? I think screw it. I think we just do it. See what happens. I mean, it's the only one that, well, I say that. Let's just keep going through. Alright. So we are at pin 1. Alright. Let's move this over just a little bit here. So this guy was pin 1. Alright, so that would be 15. This is 16 for pin 2. And 17 for pin 3. Okay, and then 18 for pin 4. Okay. And then 19 for pin 5. Good there too. Okay, so we did that. Now 21 is going to pin 29. So that's 5, 10, 15, 25, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. And then that should be pin 21, which is on the other side. That's not, oh wait, no, it's this one right here. Okay, so that's 100% connected. Okay, that's 21. And then 22 should be pin 30. So that's this guy. That's this guy. Oh, look at that. No connection to pin 30 either. Interesting. Alright, so now we've got 2 that don't have connection. But should they? That's the problem. Okay. So we said pin 30 and 22. So this is 22, 5, 10, 15, 25. Okay. That was wrong. Okay, so there we go. So 30's got connection. And then, so 23 should be literally 1 over. Got it. And then 24 should probably also be literally 1 over. And that should be 32 for 24. And then 25. I'm going to flip over to this side of the chip now. And then 26. Maybe one more. Okay. Then 27. Should still be one more on the dot this time. Okay. 28 should be just one more over. 29 should be one more over from that. So 2 over from the dot. Okay. 30's ground, so ground. Then 31 should connect to pin 38. 32 should be one more over from that. I'm assuming that yep. And that's pin 40, so that's 33 right there. I'm on 33, and 34 should be connected to 41. And then 35 should be connected to 42. Yeah. And then 36 should be 43. And then 37 should be 44. That pretty much just leaves that one connection. So pin 3 to pin 54, which is the only one I literally don't have a beep for. And that would be pin 3, 100% no beep. Okay, so we are going to do an experiment. Okay, so let's see here now. So pin 3. Pin 3 is literally there. Okay. So we have pin 3 right there. And now we've got to figure out just where the heck that chip is. Yamaha should be right here. Okay, now I gotta look at it again though. So it should be this row from this side. That's 64. Okay. more. So we've got 2, 3 right here. That's not right. It's this one down here. This is what? So there's pin 3. Okay. Close enough. And then, yeah, okay, so that's about, so I'll just give myself a little slack just to work with here. And then that way, we're just gonna I really don't think this is gonna fix my issue, but you never really know. Alright, so we have determined that is in fact pin 3. So I'm just going to probably end up having to clean this up some, but for now I just need to not bridge. Okay. Now, do the same thing for the other side. So basically now when I flip this over, I should have continuity between pin 3 and the end of that Kynar wire. So we're just going to double check. I do. Okay, so we need to go to, so pin 54. Is it 10 pins? It's 32 sides, 64, so it's 64. So that's pin 64 right where my thumb is. So that's 64. Okay. So if that's 64 right here, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7, 5, and 4. So that's telling me that was this guy, right? But we're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. So 4 is this guy right here. Probably should be getting a little bit of solder on my tip for this job, but okay, not bridged. Just verify. I mean, I'm obviously going to redo this and make it a lot more nice, but for now, we just need to make sure that this wire is not touching here or here. This wire does connect here. And now when I flip over, do I have connection in the right spot? Okay, so there's Neo Geo BIOS. Okay. And then I'm going to go pin 3, just like so, and then pin 54. And we're going to double check all that. 10:55. Nothing. 4. Beep. And nothing. Okay. Okay, well, there's not much left to do here, but try everything out. Okay, so I'll be honest, the naysayer in me says this isn't it, but so far it's the only thing that failed the supposed tests that you're supposed to run for this type of issue. So we can really just hope and pray that I'm wrong, but I really don't think I will be. I think I got problems elsewhere. What I'm really worried about is that these were meant to run with 5-volt supplies, and if you don't really know that about them, it's pretty easy to throw in a different power supply that has too much voltage. Guessing I knock the power out of this somehow. Alright, so we got a nice blue screen there. Now we've got to hook up the actual power. So we've got black, right? Yeah. We got ground. And loop the voltage in. Up around that way like that. Let's just knock the power across the board. Oh, that's right. The BIOS does need a game to work that I've got in there. So we will throw in a game. Alright, folks, cross your fingers for me. Again, I don't think this is the problem, but holy shit! Oh my lord. That was the problem. That was the problem. Well, I don't know if I've got issues, but I think what I'm going to do now is replace the work RAM with the oh my god. Oh lordy. Got her fixed. Man, one dead trace. One dead trace. Now, I guess it didn't like that work RAM. Well, you know what we're going to do, actually, real quick. Well, actually, I don't know what's going to happen if I turn the power on with... Well, I'm guessing the game really does need to probably install. We'll just verify that real quick, because now it's not working at all. But that might just be because the way the BIOS works here, it does require a game be inserted. No. Did I unhook a connection? I unhooked a connection like an idiot. Alright, so what we wanted to check. And I might do too as well. What happens when I power on with no? Okay, so that's normal because the diagnostics expects a game to be installed. Yeah. I'm thinking that whatever I did with the work RAM is not good. So I might be better off. Alright, so I want to put the system ROM in. Actually, we've got even the. Well, let's try to. I'll just turn power off real quick so I don't short anything. I am gobsmacked. I am gobsmacked right now. Holy crap. So I did kind of have some slight wonkiness going on with a couple of these pins. Might make it a little bit. No, that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to do a couple other quick tests here. So when you power up a Neo system without a game in it, it should do a couple of self-diagnostics for you. So put power to the board. So I think that's the work RAM issue that the diagnostics bias was talking about. Okay, well, we're not out of the woods yet. And I'm assuming if I put the game in, it's just going to be more of the same. Okay, so we get that, which is fine. And then, now, I changed that work RAM out yesterday, and perhaps I should not have done that, but in my defense, I thought I was helping myself, and I really wasn't. These BIOS chips are a little stiff. Okay, got that end kind of popped out. I'll do the same for this end. Maybe I can. Well, the good news is I saved the original work RAM. So we have that going for us. All right. So if I have to put that back in, no biggie. But now I need the diagnostics to go back. Okay. Still have that well. Okay, we're good there. Good there. Got the game. Just one more quick self-test to make sure I didn't fool myself here. I could have ripped that wire out, but it should be okay. Yeah. Okay, so it says work RAM data, address, actual FF00, expected 0000. So I'm gonna have to look up exactly what that means, but wow. I'm guessing it just means I'm gonna have to reinstall the original work RAM. So it obviously didn't like. Well, it could be another. I mean, well, I should probably just replace them. Which also makes me wonder if I can pull out that reset switch. Shit. Make my life a lot easier, to be quite honest. Alright. That switch is literally, imagine it's just. Well, before I screw anything up here, let's just go ahead and get back under the microscope. Holy crap, I'm so happy with myself right now. Yeah, see? That's kind of what I wanted to avoid here. Let's. We got the watchdogging to stop. We got the diagnostics to work. So that. Imagine it's still not gonna. Okay, well, I'm kind of mangling the board there. Could try that trick, I guess. All right. I'm trying to figure out where board we're looking at here. There we go. So I'm just trying to pop that reset switch out. Nice and easy, like. Okay. That should make my life a little easier now when I go to pull these RAM chips off, because I don't have to worry about melting plastic as much. Okay. Nice and focused there. I'm going to add in a little bit of flux just to kind of give me a good indicator of when things are nice and warm. Honestly, the first time that that's worked so easily. Okay, let's not ruin these BIOSes real quick. Okay, grab our tweezers here. I'm at 70% airspeed with these guys. Trying to be a little bit quicker. Okay. Came up good. Now we're going to do the same for above. Hopefully this one should be just a little quicker because the board should be nice and warm already. Just trying to get in and out because of there is one electrolytic cap right nearby. Perfect. All right. So now, come back down here. Should be able to a little bit extra solder maybe on these pads. Looking good there. Anything missing up there? Oh, it's a little blobby, but again, if I've got to come in and manually tap them, it's no big deal really. So you know that pin 1 is in the bottom here. Okay, so all right. So little wonky, huh? Yeah, just a little wonky at the bottom there. So we're going to try that again. I could always just... hand solder the entire thing, to be quite honest. Just kind of feel it like hot air is almost a better choice here. I might need, let's get a little bit more aerial. There we go. Now I could see both top and bottom. Perfect. All right, and then, man, I actually almost got this one perfect. Fortunately, I probably should have cleaned the damn flux off the board. What I probably should have done here. But, nope, see, the bottom is, that bottom is not right. Just needs kind of, oh, just like, just a little more. There, oh, I almost had it. There we go. Now we're good. All right, well, let's see if we can't get these just kind of flowed back into place. And I'll clean as best I can. Should do it. Let's see solder bubbling everywhere else on the board, so everything cool down for a second here. I have no doubt in my mind I'm gonna have to end up touching them up with the soldering iron here, but let's go. Well, things are nice and hot, actually. I'm just gonna basically really hot. Fresh Q-tip. Look at some more alcohol in the area because you can see it obviously needs it. I'll do for now. Some residual alcohol lying around here. But I've really just got to come in and do the nudge test now. Figure out how many of these I got to touch up. Probably all of them, but... well, that... yeah. They look okay. I mean, probably go touch those up a little because they're slightly wiggling, but not bad. And it means the contact was just needed a slight little nudge to solidify or melt into the solder more, but could also just be residual heat. Yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, I'm not seeing any wiggling, so I'm not gonna bother now. We are all in line here, right? Yeah. I think it just kind of blobbed up a little on me, huh? Because none of these are... that one needs it. That needs it. That needs it. Okay, so we're gonna come through and I think just tap that top row. Most of them are good, some of them are not. Bottom row's looking okay though. And then we'll try to clean a little bit more. Okay, so flip the board real quick here. And make sure we don't drag my soldering iron across my lap. So we need to quick little touch up here on that ram chip. Okay, we're gonna just focus real quick. Man. Yeah. Shit. Well, shit. I might have to end up heating this up again and just redoing the whole frickin' thing now, but... okay, I'll double check them, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to redo this. Nudge it. Yeah, you can see like how that one's just floating. All kind of. There we go. All right, so. Why does this feel like I can get better focus out of it? I feel like I could focus this better somehow. Maybe a little light will help? No. What if I turn this light off? Okay. Just add a little bit of flux to the top of the pins here. Give this area a nice, good thorough clean anyhow. Okay, and then we're just going to go add a little bit of solder to each of these pads. Maybe make a little bit better contact. I did nudge the pins over a little bit, so that should hopefully stop me from having to lift the chip and try again, but end of the day, if I need to do that, I will. All we really need is just Don't need that, I'll tell you what. Not a big deal, but... Okay. So that means that this guy over here now... Okay. Now maybe that might be good. Did see a good amount of solder go underneath all those pins, so that's good. That's not. So the third pin needs love. Third pin needs love, huh? That's it. That might have done it right there. Not moving. Okay. So let's just go ahead and scrub this whole area as best we can again. I really should probably invest in some of those foam Q-tips or whatever, lint-free cotton buds, I think they call them, or I don't know. Something else besides these Q-tips. Okay, looking good, looking good. Okay. So now everything on the board seems to have cooled down enough. Okay. Do we dare? Oh, we definitely dare trying this again for sure. At this point. And if I don't get any farther with it, if it still gives me the same error, then I'll just put it down for another week and do research on that error, because I might have to order parts. I might have more continuity testing to do. Now, I could have been just completely wrong. That I was pretty damn sure that you could use the Super Nintendo RAM. Maybe that's just not the case, you know? Like, it very well could not be the case. Okay, we got that going. And we're going to get you going here. Turn you off. And hook you in. Hook you in. I could be using a wall adapter if I wanted to, but I think it's a little bit easier to use my power supply, to be quite honest. God, I hate how much I say, to be quite honest. It drives me nuts. Oh, great. Just knocking everything on the floor. You guys should be able to see that. Okay. Everything's out of the way. Power switch on. Diagnostic BIOS in. Let's see what we get. Oh. I need to actually connect my composite cable here. Okay. Now we try. Still the same thing, but slightly different. Work RAM data, address, actual 555, expected 555. Oh. Okay. That's promising. So, do I dare to just... Okay. Grab the unit BIOS here real quick. Okay, it should go just like that. Okay. And then we try just no power. Damn. Well, red indicates the work RAM issue. If I plug it in with a game, it's watchdogging again. I think it's this lower RAM chip or trace down here. Well, now it's completely dead. Huh. Interesting. Could be a bad connection with the power as well. Okay. But we're back to watchdogging. And the red screen. Okay. Well, I still think I've got some sort of RAM issue going on here. So basically I'm going to have to go and do some research. To figure out what that error means. But we're getting in there now, so I'm guessing some RAM on the board's dead or has issues, further issues with traces. And I'm just gonna have to go and do more continuity testing to make sure they're making it to the 68K. But for now, I'm going to take a picture of this. Crap. I want the freaking flash to be on. Do auto. Crap. Come on. Okay, I'm on my phone. I don't know why my camera wanted to stop working on me, but camera. Okay, now. So we got that going for us. Man, got farther on it than I expected to. We'll admit that. I have a controller I'm going to need to figure out how to get to work, but I'm guessing it's not going to matter. It's probably going to pop up the same error. Yeah. Oh, actual was 5556 and expected was 5555. Okay, so it's off by just a tiny bit. So there's something funky going on with the work RAM. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. And then I might just order new. But I think that's as far as I'm going to take this one today. Because obviously if there's an issue with the chip that I don't have a replacement for, and I've got to figure out which one's which, or should I probably should just replace in pairs is my guess. I'm going to keep that reset switch off the board. And I'll research that error later. And I wonder what would happen. I probably would have gotten farther with this today if I just trusted my gut. Problem is, I might actually hold off on ordering parts for this one. I have another with a garbled graphics issue that I have to sort. And so it would almost make sense for me to wait. And I'm gonna have to do better on this bodge wire, but it works for now. And then I guess that's kind of what I've got left to do with this is just We're gonna have to. Well, that was dumb. I just ripped off the bodge wire, but we'll fix that. We'll fix that later. Okay, well, we know what the issue is. So we have a broken trace from BIOS to pin 54 of the 68K. That's been repaired with a bodge wire, or will be repaired with a bodge wire, I should say, because yeah, I just pulled it off by mistake. So, oops. Oh well. We'll fix it up. We will fix it up. Should hold on to that, honestly. And this. So I'm going to put that in for the unibios. I lost that wire. Who cares? Just a piece of kynar. Okay. Well, I think we should maybe at least continue on and start getting this LT kind of paid attention to. Alright, so we're gonna need bags. I don't need that bag, but I'll grab another if I need to. Okay, so this is a PC Engine LT. Very rare, very expensive console that I almost kind of dread working on. Alright, let's just get you apart here. Now again, this one too, there's a little bit of rust damage on that extension port. Now I did kind of cheat, and I slightly opened this one because I wanted to check the direction of the speaker connector. So I've got to remember, I'm also troubleshooting the other one that I've got, which works. This one works too. So, you know, thankfully, at least with this one, I'm hoping it's just very easy breezy. Just swap the caps, clean up and swap the caps. And the other one works, but I've just noticed the audio seems kind of tinny and low. So I don't know where that's coming from. You know, it sounds like it's capacitor related, but I don't know. This one is much louder. Okay, now I think I actually have to separate the case screen like that. I do remember they are kind of slightly finicky to get open. Just slightly. And you got to be really careful because there's a small collection of ribbon cables at the back that you don't want to rip it open. Did this. I thought that since I'd opened it, Just being a pain, huh? Just wanting to be a pain. Be a little bit more assertive with it, to be quite honest, but like I said, there we go. That kind of popped it. All right. I don't know if there's any clips or anything holding it in, but we've almost got it out. Must be something at the front here. On the other side, maybe. Nope, don't do that. Well, I can't lose that either. That would not be good. So, before I forget, let's just throw that there. Okay. What are you stuck on? Okay. There's no card in, okay. I'll be careful around this area because those potentiometers are definitely a pain in the butt. Maybe out. Come on. You're almost there. You are almost there. Why do you not want to? What is the last little bit that does not want to give for me here? It's got to be this. Don't like creaky sounds. Come on, you little son of a bitch. If this thing wasn't so freaking expensive, I'd be a little bit more forceful with it, but okay. That side kind of pried open a little bit. We'll work it from this side, see if we can't just get these last, whatever the heck they are, pop. It's like I can almost see what's keeping it clipped in, but it won't actually free itself for me. Most of my stream might just be me struggling to open this, huh? How did I do this last time? God dang it. Well, you know, it would absolutely help if I took out all the screws. Jesus. Yep, that's all it was. Okay, so now, there are these ribbon cables right here. And just gotta be very careful. Okay, there's one. Should be able to get to the other, right? There's two. That should be the third. And last but not least, we do have the speaker connection there. Okay. So now, fold that antenna back out. Everything looks pretty clean. This one seems to be in slightly better shape. Maybe. You can already see some leakage. But the good thing about this one is I absolutely know it works. There is a slight audio issue, but again, I think that's probably just capacitor related. But it does work. So we have that going for us now. I need to grab this one screw right here. And then you. Okay. And we've got these guys. I have to try to get you in frame. Man, makes me wonder. I gotta do something, find a better lens or something. The other thing that kind of sucks is the white balance. It's pretty shitty. Does not like metal objects at all. All right. That should free the board from the post. And oh Lord, did I speak too soon? There's definitely a lot of cap juice on that plastic post. Could be rosin flux. Power area is looking a little bit better than the last one I worked on is. I can't tell how much of that is rosin and how much of that is electrofluid. Alright, so there we go. That's literally all the bits and bobs for the system. And then we can just take this whole thing and put it aside for safekeeping. Yeah, I think I had the last one as a bare board for weeks, because... Oh, there goes my camera again. Let's see if it comes back. It's like a USB thing. I don't know why. Turn it off. Turn it on again. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't like being moved too much. Anyway. So, what do we need to get under the microscope anyway? So what I wanted to look at real quick was this section. This is a pretty important section. And as you can see, takes a lot of damage from leaking caps. So this is going to have to be heavily cleaned. But thankfully, it looks like the corrosion's not anywhere near as bad as the last one I worked on, which is good. Very, very, very good. But yeah, see, like that this whole area looks okay. Okay. So basically, the first thing that we're going to do is just take all the caps off. And to take the caps off, we are going to need to start by removing some components. So first thing we're going to remove is the shield. Okay. Thankfully, for the most part, these tend to wick away kind of nicely. Let's do that real quick. Bring you back up temp here. Okay, now we're just gonna I guess I didn't break. I thought I had ripped that pad before, but looking at this one, it looks like it's the same. Okay, same thing down here. Okay, now did that. Okay, both sides came out there, and there's only one more left, which is this guy right here. This one might actually stink, but we'll see. I gotta be careful in this area. Lots of surrounding. That's the problem with this board is everything is so compact. So you're really fighting everything. And then really to recap this whole board, I've got to pull off so much. Like I got to pull off the cartridge connector just to change caps. And it's a big ask for the job, really. But you know, it's what can you do? So. Just trying to be. There we go. Okay, looks like we managed to keep everything intact there. Might need to just kind of heat it up and pull it off though. Is there one more spot I gotta get? I don't think there was, but I guess there. Oh, is that it in the middle there? Huh. I may have missed that one of my other, so I'll have to. Perfect. I think it just fell out. Sure did. And with that, we now have the main board exposed. And we can see those are the caps that were hiding under the shield. Once again, these didn't seem to be too leaky here. It does seem like probably that electrolytic right there, that through hole, probably blew its bottom. Because these all seem pretty clean too. But not seeing much that's concerning me. Which again, I kind of already knew because this one fired up with little to no hesitation. A little bit of leakage there. And T500's looking a little worse for wear. So we did have some. Yeah, this area had probably either this guy or this guy is my guess. But just a little fresh solder should keep that looking good. Shield away. Okay. So now the hard part, or I should say the very tedious part, is we've got to one by one desolder these guys right here. Now I didn't have much luck with the sucker before. We're gonna try one more time here. I made a slightly light work of it. We'll do this real fast. Weigh this paper towel down, that way I can kind of just clean it up that way. I think I'm going to end up just doing what I did before, which is get as much solder out as I possibly can, and then hit it with some hot air while it's in a board holder. We'll just get the rest of it that way. This is actually doing me pretty good though. For some reason I didn't have very good luck with this last time, but that could just be that last board was very, very corroded. And see, like, I'm pretty sure like all of these are still gonna have a little bit of solder. Yeah, you can see like got a little bit of play, but there's a little bit of solder holding on to it. That's better, but lots of solder there. Some solder there. So again, I'm gonna just hit it up with some hot air, and we'll get it into a board holder, and then I could just kind of extract it that way. So a little bit. I certainly am got, I was thinking with that Neo Geo that I might have been, I was looking at a dead CPU, and man, I am so unbelievably happy that I don't have to desolder a 64-pin dip IC. Because surprisingly, or should I say unsurprisingly, finding a freaking socket for that thing is like next to, I don't say it's impossible, but nobody carries them, not even in eBay. I mean, I can get them from China, but I can't get them quick. I can get them from the UK, but I can't get them like locally. And it was just so weird. I mean, I guess nobody really uses that type of IC anymore, but it's just nobody had them in the States. And that was going to be one of my plans, was I was just going to desocket or desolder the 68K. Yeah. And then socket it. And install a new one. Man, what a waste of time and money that would have been. New 68Ks would have ran me $15. Socket would have ran me another $4. Just to figure out that it wasn't my problem anyway. Really glad that I decided to go back and just trust the words of those who are far smarter than I, that the issue is definitely caused by a broken connection. And since I wasn't really seeing any overheating ICs, I don't know, it didn't really, everybody's advice was check the connections again. That's why I kind of flip this around now. That's why I never really trust my work, so to speak. I'll do this. Anti-glare. Just assume that I'm the one making the mistake and go back and verify everything. And I was pretty confident that I had everything mapped out, but I guess I gotta go and take a look at that first pinout I was using, because I don't think it had those connections from the BIOS to the 68K listed. I found that in a separate thread on the same forum. And I don't remember that first section being in the other one. But it's where research and perseverance come into play, There's always an answer. There's almost always an answer for everything. And in this case, the answer was what everybody was telling me it was supposed to be. Oh, dang it. This one is not wanting to come up. Might need to put a little bit of braid on this one. Let's try one more time with the sucker here. No worse than the others, really. I don't know why I struggle with this. It must have been the corrosion on the solder joints just making this stuff not want to liquefy as nice as this has been going. Because this is a much faster process this time. seem to be stressing the PCB a lot less too. The last one I had a couple of spots where the PCB mask came up. I'm gonna clean this out already, huh? Starting to get a little chunky on the inside. Let's just. Okay, that's good. Come on, clear out. I think that should do it. Okay. That was a dang it. Okay, good to go. Keep going. Almost. All right, we'll hit that one up again. Now we're running into a little bit of. Let's clean this up too, so I'm not transferring any extra solder. Yeah, that one's gonna just kind of be a pain in the butt, huh? And now we're starting to see a little bit of PCB stress, but not a big deal anyway. It's kind of the nice thing about the through-hole stuff is that if for some reason that connection goes bad, I have just an easy way to, I can just attach a wire right to there. Hopefully that's not the case. I think that's just bare copper I'm looking at, but okay. All right, 8 left. That one real fast. Yeah, that's the only kind of crappy thing. Maybe just counterweight it a little bit. A little bit. Oops. That one did not want to go. There we go. Yeah. All right, home stretch for sure. Almost got that one. And these last couple have not been going too easy. Might need to do another clean out of the nozzle again, but let's keep trying. There we go. Much better. Keep having to clear out these giant chunks of solder from the tip. 3 left. I just transferred. God dang it. I don't know if you noticed, but I somehow managed to transfer solder to the one I just literally just cleared that out. I may have to braid these last two. We'll see. That one's looking okay. Let's see about this last one right here. That capacitor right there that I'm kind of worried about. Oh, that's not one to go. One more try and then I'll hit this one with some braid. I've got to braid one of them up, no big deal. I can see some solder on the board as well. You know what, actually, let's do this too. I'm going to fill a little bit of fresh into this. Might just not be, yeah, there might be a little corrosion on this one. Okay, let's try that. Sometimes the solder doesn't want to wet, and that's when this tool does not do very well. Yeah, let's just go ahead and try a little bit of braid here. So we want to grab this tiny little bit of, I don't want this guy floating around anywhere. So we got just a little bit of solder that doesn't want to come out, huh? Alright, you son of a bitch. Let's see if we can get you to cooperate with me here. Perfect. So now comes the fun part. I know for a fact that this thing this kind of situated here. I'm gonna do that guy, and then that guy. Nope, come on. Oh, it's butching into the. How did I do this then? Did I have it the other way? That seems like a lot of. Yeah, that has to be how it is. Alright, so try to get you back into focus. I'm going to go up a little bit higher too. Just there we go. That should let me see the entire board. I can take how do I want to do this now? A little awkward with the camera. Okay, well, that didn't work. I could see one hole that completely filled in somehow. I must have missed. And then I don't think, I'm not sure if I was either putting enough pressure on it or what, but ooh, very, very hot. So alright, I gotta let this, it's definitely very hot right now. Alright, I gotta figure out, or try to remember exactly how I did this last time. Let's just go ahead and see about maybe clearing that one out while we still have time. Alright, so did I use this thing? Alright, so I could clearly, you can clearly see which guys are still connected because they're not moving at all. Okay. Oh, it's so annoying because it's so recessed that. Also, I mean, if it's one thing that would be easy to replace on these, or find replacements for, it's the Hue card slot reader. So we have that going for us. But I don't want to damage anything really. Okay, for some reason, either the way that I'm trying to pull this is no good, or Alright, well, we gotta let it rest again. But I can clearly see. You can clearly see where all the. See, that's all that's. See, all these are good. For the most part. Could try about. I just don't like doing that. It's clearly just being held captive by just a tiny bit of solder, and I can't really get a good grip on this to pull it free. It's clearly not working. So I'm really trying not to heat stress things too much here. Okay, there's got to be a better way to do this. Alright, got that going. Now, I think that's kind of how I had this before. And the question remains is, the problem is that there's no cantilever. Trying to figure out a proper way to mount this in my board holder here. does not. See, that does not want to work. Okay, got that going now. Yeah, it doesn't want to. Maybe if I did two in here, one there, and then one on the other side. Problem is there's no. God dang it. Best way to probably from the side, but okay, so I could try the. Does it fit in the holes? It does. Could try it that way. It's not the greatest way to do this, but might work. Might work. It doesn't look like it wants to work there. I'll do it this way. Will that work? That works there. That works there. That works potentially here. Okay, so that sort of works. Now, okay, well, good. Man, I don't know how I got this to work last time. That's it, but it just does not want to pop out like it did before. Okay, so what the heck, man? I got this to work before just fine. Maybe it's worth it just to try to finish clearing out these holes, huh? So now these are all it's just those top ones right there. Work. Might need to zoom back in again. Let's just get some very, very fresh braid here. Try to maybe just wick it out. Now, first of all, we're going to need to flip the board around. And come back in so I can get a better look. I really feel like it's just these last couple right up in here that just kind of need some love. I don't want to go quietly, do you? Now you can see that whatever solder is in there is just not cooperating with me here, so we're gonna try, that might be a ground plane. So we'll try this again. Better. Slightly better. Now maybe I can grab the rest of it, the wick. Maybe. Are you free now? Same with this one up here too. Maybe I can just do that real quick. Okay, that might have freed that guy up. All I gotta do is... Damn it. This is why. Just not wanting to budge, huh? Might be able to coax him out. Using a little bit of heat here. Okay. Still doesn't feel like it wants to let go. Might have to do the same. Might have to flood and drain it again. And these little stubborn ones are just a pain, man. I just don't want to. I'm sure that's now soldered back to where it was, eh? There we go. I mean, you could see. It's literally. Oh my God. Ugh, why? Why? You just won't hold on to dear life, you know? It's so freaking close. It is so freaking close, too. It's literally just this guy doesn't want to fucking go. Alright. That side seems out. What's not moving over here? That last guy? No, there's no pin there, is there? Is that it? Is that literally it? Because if that's it. I don't feel like it's it, but what? Why? Okay, I've got literally one half out. All I gotta do is figure out. Which one are you? Okay, let me try one more time with the hot air. I'd like to figure out just which one's holding on. Honestly, it's gotta be this one in the end, huh? It's gotta be, right? Is it you? You not want to let go? No, you're fine. It's gotta be you. It's gotta be. What the hell? Literally wants to come out. Everything's out but like one freaking pad. Okay, I hope I did not rip any pads on the other side. That would suck. I may have. I did. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, let's see what the damage I did was. Hopefully it's not too hard to repair. It actually doesn't look damaged. Oh, wait, there it is. No? Oh, that could be what happened. The cap juice could have leaked onto this. Like, look at that. Wow, that extension port's looking kind of rough. Well, I guess this is a good time for me to use my... I've got some really... Oh, hey man, how are you? Sorry, I've been struggling with this cartridge slot reader, and I have not been paying attention to chat, so I hope you haven't been here too long. My apologies. Now, after all that, it does not look like I ripped any pads. Thank God. I must have just pulled out solder that had slightly corroded. Okay. Man, that's going to be not a lot of fun to get into. This is where, again, I really wish I had an ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, so what's that right there? Just nothing. But yeah, you can see the extent of whatever leaked over here did a really good job of leaking. But the good thing was at least Good deal. Good deal. Alrighty. Let's see here. We're gonna just soak up what we can. Definitely a lot of junk. But as you can tell, we're really gonna have to get in there. I might end up having to pull this, which would really effing suck, but I thankfully, I'm gonna try some of these out real quick. So you're not gonna really give me a good way to get into this? Alright. So, got these Proxa brushes. And these Proxa brushes have these. Look at that, look at that. So, they're kind of perfect for getting in there now. I think what I'm going to do is we'll spill a whole lot of alcohol in there. Just to have it wet down, and then see if maybe this is. Oh yeah, look at that. It's getting some of it up, at the very least. So that's good. Huh. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Look at that. Cleaned all that up quite nicely. Of course, I think I might end up actually just soaking this in like a bag of alcohol or something. Really. Because I can't, fortunately, I might be able to suck the solder out of those and then flow in some new stuff. But the junk is gone, which is good. There's some junk right here. Okay, so once the wire brush starts getting bent a little bit. Wonder if I should have gone for a more stiffer bristle. I went with moderate. So I think soft just didn't feel like it was what I wanted. This does seem to be working fairly well though. For just a hunch there. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Now the shitty thing is, okay, so it definitely did bend a couple of the pins, but that's not a huge deal. Like the weird thing that I'm worried about now is, see, I guess I could maybe clean some of that off. We're gonna have to slowly rebend some of these pins, which is pretty easy to do. End of the day. I've got a spare one of these. And you can actually buy modern replacements too. does seem. Oop, don't want to bend it that far, I don't think. Okay. Yeah, so I mean we can definitely bend the ones that got a little bit malformed back up. Oops, that's not what we want to do. So I'm going to avoid fucking with this because it doesn't. You don't need to. So I'm gonna put this away before I damage it. I would much rather not have to harvest the other one that I've got. Okay, so cool. All right, let's see here now. I think I am going to just clean this area of the board while we're here. Just to kind of stop any damage that we've got. Thankfully, looks to be just very much to be surface. Didn't really eat into the. Yeah, it's all just kind of nice. Coming up nice. It's kind of got lucky with this one. I ended up only paying. I think I paid like $100 more for this one than I did with the other one, and this one is in much better shape, all around, everywhere. So we've cleaned a lot of this up. Get that. A little bit of flux. I mean, we're going to be constantly cleaning this thing, but the corrosion there was pretty bad. Yeah, no, I don't know. Probably should get some fresher Q-tips here. Okay, sorry, that was all off screen just because kind of just cleaning up, but that cleaned up so very nice. So now on the other one that I've got, I actually am going to have to rip it open again, which I really don't want to do, but I have to because I've got to replace these two capacitors, resistors, and then these two resistors. Just because I wasn't very happy with how the solder joints looked on those, so. Alright, well, I mean, minor solder mask issues, but for the most part, we're good here. Let's see here. I think I'm probably. Yeah, we're all looking good. I was more concerned about. Yeah, pretty sure that was a ground, but no. Why are you being a pain in my ass? Now this goes up to this capacitor right here. Okay. All right, so just minor mask damage, which is fine. And that just leaves. I think I'm gonna save that for next week. I'm kind of feeling a little out of it right now. Actually, real quick, we're gonna just do one thing real quick, just to set my mind at ease a little bit here. So T500 is a pretty important transformer that is impossible to find replacements for. Supposedly there is a modern replacement that you could make work. Have not verified this, but I think in the context of the LT, it's probably not going to work due to the size of it. So basically right now I just kind of want to neutralize the goo as much as I can here. Yeah, I'm trying to be really careful too because I don't want to rip any pads. It's a lot easier to clean this with the caps off, but I think for now I just kind of wanted to degoo this area a little bit. And yeah, you can see that those solder joints are looking a lot better now. Okay, we're fine. It's just basically, I think these caps must have just started to leak within the past year or two. Oh, maybe I do have that in there wrong. No, pretty sure I have that in there right. I don't think it matters. I think the audio issue might actually be because that pot was feeling very sticky. So what I was wondering, actually we could do that real quick while we're here. I think next week what's going to happen is, yeah, see this volume wheels feels so much nicer, and the other one is so sticky. So I'm really kind of wondering if maybe that potentiometer is going. Okay, so I wanted to see now, bring you down to here, right? So, what is it? Is it? Oh, wrong side. Here we go. So, is it the resistance between, was it this one and this one? Get 10K. And then all the way open, I should be 2K. And then all the way closed, 10K. So if my volume wheel on the other one is above 2K, then I know it's got too much resistance on it, and that's what's causing the issue. Otherwise, I kind of have to call into question if these, which I really feel like they are, due to its close proximity to the headphone jack and the volume pop, and the fact that these are also 100 microfarad capacitors, which I know on the GT are directly hooked into the audio signal. So like, I'm not sure if, see, like, these guys probably don't path directly into the volume wheel is my guess, but let's do this real quick before I call it a day. I'm just tired. And we got some distance done. Nothing there, huh? Okay, that's kind of what I thought. This guy. that goes there, and on the other side of the board we have the amp, which is, so this is the audio amp, I'm pretty sure, 2073 1164G by JRC, which I believe is the same. So that makes me wonder here. So there's the volume wheel. Volume wheel. I wonder if this is left and right audio. Which would make sense because we've got no focus. Come on. Sometimes I don't like this microscope arm at all. Alright, so let's see here. We wanted to say, okay, so I can see the left and right now. Got you coming into here, 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 here. This should why is that? Crazy? This also, oh wait. No, look, that is left and right audio. And then if I look right behind the audio jack, there should be a couple of vias. No, wasn't what I thought it was, but yeah. Yeah, you can see those two vias right there. Not sure now. Do they connect into this? Yep. Okay. But they don't directly connect to that. Okay. But this was connected to this? No, this was though. And this not into that. Okay. Well, food for thought for another day. I am tired. Let's just not, please, multimeter. Let's just not. Oh man, what a day though. It was a good day. We got good prep work done on the LT. A little less work on that done than I really wanted to get done too, but that's because we made amazing progress on that Neo Geo. So we went from not getting anything on the display to getting the diagnostics BIOS to work to let us know that we have a problem with this, I think, a piece of work RAM that I've got to figure out. I still have a watchdog issue with the system when we try to run it regularly. So I've just got to figure out where and what that error is referring to. You can see right here, this is literally all the solder I took out of the cartridge slot reader, which just kind of makes it a little tedious, is cleaning that tip out over and over and over again. Although, just like the first one, it came out relatively clean. This one gave me a slight bit more of a struggle in the last portion than the other one did, but the other one fought me more in the first portion. So, 6 one away, half a dozen another, I suppose. End of the day, what we're going to do. We got it out. And we got it out without damaging it. So, I'll take that. I'll take that, especially because those things are quite expensive. Alright, I'm rambling. Like I said, I'm just tired and not feeling the greatest, so I think I'm just going to take that as my cue to walk away before I do damage that I can't undo. And I like to enjoy the rest of my afternoon. Been really kind of enjoying catching up on some TV shows and whatnot. And look at that, I completely forgot to put that switch away. Well, good thing I saw that before I lost it. Anyway, I do appreciate anybody who stopped by. We got some good work done today. I will be back next week on Saturday, hopefully with more news about the Neo Geo. And if we get real lucky, we'll have that one resolved, and then I can move on to the other I've got with graphical glitches, and then we can finally move into doing the actual RGB bypasses and audio bypasses on them to make them good systems. We still haven't really got too many working properly yet, so haven't made it that far, but hopefully we'll get there next weekend. Anybody watching in the future, likes, follows, subscribes are always appreciated. I do stream every Saturday and Sunday from around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to usually a little bit later than now, but like I said, been feeling under the weather, so I'm just going to take the rest of the afternoon off and kind of chill out. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend and a great week, and hopefully I will see you here next week. And if not, maybe some other time. But anyway, yep, I'm done for the day, and I hope you guys